Then after the pandemic happened,
Conjoined twins.
and I realized that I wanted to, focus on being a father and being there, and that, money's great and all, but it just keeps you in a cycle. For the last 4 years, I was very functionally depressed.
Oh,
and
I'm
unsure.
sorry.
It's okay. It's a
No,
part
but
of
it's
life.
good to talk about it. It's part of life, and you and I, we're removing the stigma.
1,000%.
Really?
It's good to be open.
It is.
And so
why were you afraid to talk about Christine's farting?
Oh, Krista. Anyway, so yeah, Krista. But I realized that what I should be doing is the thing that I'm the most terrified of, and that was, essentially kind of getting into film. So I had this idea of film and all this, but it still didn't work out. And then I was at Seth MacFarlane's house when we were working on our album. This was last October. And we're having a couple drinks, and I'm getting lit, and I'm just telling him about all these things, because he's like referencing like film and like classic shit like Orson Welles, and we're talking War of the Worlds and radio plays and Gene Kelly, Dancing in the Rain, all the way to mid-90s, Paul Thomas Anderson, Quentin Tarantino, like all that, the Soderberghs. And he's just like, how the fuck do you know all this
Yeah, you're
shit?
a kid. Why do you know that?
And I was like, because I love cinema. Cinema was there for me when my parents weren't. You know what I mean? I was able to escape into these beautiful worlds, and I know all this. Like, I just loved it so much. And he was like, well, damn, kid, you should probably do something about that. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, why don't you go make your own movie? And I was like, hell yeah, Seth MacFarlane's. See, that's how you know I'm black. You put an S where it doesn't belong. Like, yo, want a sandwich from Subway's? Anyway, so what I'm saying is the next day, like, I wake up, I'm like, you know what, you're right, I'm going to do that.
Subway's.
And then I wake up and realize that that's a mistake. And I was all hungover, like, this is not happening. He's like, yeah, just take a couple $1,000,000. I was like, no, that's not happening. And I was over it. And then a week later, Kevin Smith calls me. He's a very dear friend of mine. Like, consider him big brother. And he goes, hey, kid, what are you doing? You want to come be in my movie? And I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I didn't even think about it. I jumped at the opportunity. And the next thing I know, 2 weeks later, I'm in blue spandex opposite Diedrich Bader on a spaceship in the 4:30 movie, his last one that just came out.
And he's also in yours, Diedrich.
And, oh, yes, that's how it happened. And Kevin that night, he was like, yo, why don't you come over tonight? I want to talk to you. Come over. I'll show you a cut of the movie. I was like, cool. As long as there's no like weird robe shit going on, I'll be there. You know what I mean?
Like Harvey Weinstein stuff?
That's the joke.
No, I get it. I'm explaining it to a lot of
But you said it so seriously. So anyway, and then I go there, and he goes, you're really good at this, kid. What are you going to do about it? And then I realized in that moment, like, if two of my idols are telling me that I need to go make this movie, I think I need to. So he's like, you got any ideas? I was like, dude, I'm sitting on like 8 scripts. He's like, 8 scripts? Damn.
And 10 albums.
10 albums. And I was like, yeah, I got this one about simulated reality. I got this dramedy about, a mother after, dealing with postpartum after childbirth. I got this one in a record store. And he goes, in a record store? I say, yeah. He goes, it's a comedy? I say, yeah. It was one location? I said, for the most part. He goes, that's the one you got to do. And I left, and I got in the car, and I started bawling my eyes out in like fear. And I called my wife. She's like, why are you crying? And I was like, because I'm going to make a movie, finally. And she's like, but why do you sound upset about it? I was like, because what if we go broke? And she was like, how much is it going to cost? And I said, X amount, under 5. I'll leave it at that, just under. And she goes, we're not going to be broke. And I go, yeah, but what if I do it 6 times? And I'm trying to do it. And she's like, she said the coolest thing in the world. She said, if you, in pursuit of your dreams, spend all of our money, and we have to sell our houses and Louis Vuitton and
Did you
cars.
put an S on it because you're black, or did you have many, did you have many houses?
Yeah, there's a plural there.
Okay.
And so she's like, if we have to sell all these things, at the end of the day, we move into a beautiful, humble home and raise our children. They'll never need for anything. And you're still logic. You could fucking jerk off and make $1 million a year. Like, you need to do this. And I was like, I fucking love you so much. And she was there for me. And I went and I made a movie.
Plus, there's always an opening at Sun Life. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a beautiful story, and it is a great story. And I think that when people do what they do for themselves, that's where the best work comes from. Because when you do it because you think that this is what other people are going to, that's what I love about Krista.
Yeah, they say there's two type of artists. One, the artist who makes art for the sake of art, and the artist who makes art for money. And I don't think either are wrong. I think that's fine. If you want to be paid for your art, or you kind of have a business cap on before you even make the art, that's fine. I love to make art from the heart.